I used to teach high school music and coach wrestling at West Iron County Schools, and that's where I was the assistant wrestling coach. And so Nick was on the team that year. This year in 2014, when he was in Sochi, while he was there, I was Facebooking back and forth with him, and I said, hey, you know, wouldn't you mind coming back and doing your old coach a solid and coming up to speak at Finlandia University to our college students in the community up there, to tell them about your experience and share your story about coming from this small town in Iron River, Michigan, and being who you are and achieving these goals.
Well, this experience for me it's been a heck of a journey. I've gotten to go to 2 Olympics, and for me, I mean, I know I'm very fortunate. I've gotten to do a lot of cool things, and for me, it's very important for me to come back home to the UP here and share it with as many people as I can. Like, that is a huge stage, and the fact that me just being in it changed the way other people around here are looking at it. And I'm into it. The first time was definitely changed my life forever. Ever since I walked out into the opening ceremonies in 2010, I've been a more emotional person. But for me, that's why I do this. I mean, you put so much emotion, so much effort into this. And when things go good, you see the great emotions and they're screaming. When things go bad, I mean, you want to see that. That's the passion you want to see out of an athlete. I gave it everything that I had, and there's no shame in that. The amount of support, I mean, just to know, like, when I was down for that little bit and I was like, man, that's not what I wanted. I hope everyone's still proud of me. And I go back and I look at my social media, and there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of comments saying, Nick, we're so proud of you. And I mean, they didn't let me be bummed out for more than 5 minutes, and I was right back on cloud 9. No one had the type of support that I had coming from here in the UP.
We have a special guest, Nick Baumgartner. I went to West Iron County High School. I competed in every single sport I could. I played baseball, I wrestled, I ran track, I played football. I went on to football at Northern Michigan University, and I always thought that football was going to be my calling. And after college, I kind of find out what all the parents always tell you. You're living the dream right now. You're in school. You want to be here, and you always wanted to. You couldn't wait to get out of high school, and you wanted to be done. Well, I found out what they meant when it's not as good when you're done, because I lost organized sport. So I needed to find something to fill that void of competition. I love testing myself, and I love trying to be the best at something. I love snowboarding. I started snowboarding when I was 15 years old. And at this point, I was 19-ish, and I was deciding, I said, I really want to do this, make a living out of this. And I shared that with people. What I always learned was, if there's something you want to do, talk about it, and share that with people, and then kind of get the ball rolling. Unfortunately, I didn't get quite the response I thought I was going to get. When I told everyone I want to be a professional snowboarder, they said, you're from Iron River, man. And your ski hill is about 400 feet tall. And the rest, I don't know if you know, but the rest of the professional snowboarders are probably from 14,000 foot mountains. And I was like, well, yeah, I get that, but I still want to do it, and that's my goal. And when I had those people tell me no, for me, that was a good thing. That's what I wanted. Because they told me no, and I said, well, you know what, I think I can do it. And that's a reason to come back, work my butt off, go out there, make it happen, and then say, you guys, see, it can be done. 20 years old, and I went to Mammoth, California. It was the first time I ever left the Midwest to go snowboarding. It was my first time on a real mountain. And I get the gate, and I'm ready, and I was like, this is pretty cool. The people around me, but I have no idea what we're doing. When the gate drops, everyone pulls up, and then I pull out after them. So I'm in dead last. I was like, this is going well. We get to the first corner, and then I was like, all right, you know what to do now. So I let it open up, and I took off, and by the end I had passed everyone, and I won the heat. So it was my first motocross heat, and I had success. I won. Second heat, I won. Third heat, I found out what motocross was really about. I was in the lead, thought I had it, going around the corner, and the kid behind me lost control, cut the corner, and took me right out. Lights out, you're done. So I went back up, I ended up winning the small final, but it's an unpredictable sport, and it's wild, but that's what draws me to it. Went back home, I worked construction all summer long, saved my money, started working at Brule as soon as I got laid off from construction. Did the same thing. Competed in the same series, made it to nationals, went to Maine the next year, did the event, had some luck in the first heat, second heat, I crashed. That was that. And I was like, all right, well, doing one full national event a year is really not what I was looking for. I needed to push it further. So I was like, all right, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to work my butt off all summer. I'm going to save all my money. and then I'm going to move to Colorado, because everyone knows that's for pro snowboarders, they're in Colorado. Well, at least that's what I thought. So I got everything ready. 2 weeks before I'm about to go, me and my girlfriend, we got some news, and it was the scariest news I had ever heard. I had found out that I was going to be a dad. And I was like, this is going to change a lot. Am I going to be able to chase this dream still? And fortunately, I have a great family, and she is a great girl, and she said, you have to go. Because 2 weeks after that, I was moving to Colorado to chase this dream, and she's like, you have to go. I don't want that on me, that I stopped you, so we made an agreement, and I went for 2 months. I could go really fast, but I didn't know the technique of border cross. I just knew how to go really fast and have no fear for my safety at all, or no cares for my safety. Go as fast as I can, don't worry about getting hurt, just beat everyone. So I'd beat him in the straightaways, I'd hit a corner, I'd blow up, get up, chase him down, crash again. But I was having a blast, and that's what got me to the X Games. So then I started working, I go back, winter's over, I had done pretty good, I had some good results, I got to go to the X Games, start doing construction again. Started working for this new company. I was there for 2 days, and I get the call that says, Nick, they named border cross to the Olympics. They're like, the US snowboard team wants you to come to camp. We're going to name you to the US snowboard team, and you have a chance of making the Olympics. And at this point, I had only really been professional for maybe a year, 6 months. So I didn't think that that was my opportunity. But I still went. I went to camp, and I did all the training necessary. But my goal wasn't to make the Olympics in 2006. I wanted to make the Olympics as soon as I heard about it, but I wanted to make a reachable goal that I thought that was one that I wouldn't get bummed out with. So I set it for 4 years later. I set it for 2010. I want to make the Olympics, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do everything it takes. I'm going to do everything the coaches say. I'm on the U.S. team now. We got to do this. So I was on the U.S. team for that 2005-2006 season. 2006, 2007, I wasn't on the team. Because the year before, my first year, I didn't meet the criteria. Because then I was going to these bigger events. I don't know if I was starstruck. I don't know if I was not ready for it. And they said, well, you didn't make the criteria. We're not going to invite you back to the team for the next season, for 2006 and 2007. And I was devastated. And I was like, well, is this it? Is this where I hang it up and say, time to go back and just keep doing construction? And I said, no way. I'm new to it. It's fine. It's going to happen that way sometimes. Just work your butt off harder. So I trained as much as I possibly could. And from that moment on, that 1 year off was enough to give me the fire to be on the top team, fully funded on the USA team, ever since. And for me, to be able to do that, it gave me so much drive, and I was so proud of what I did. And now I'm doing this, and the cool thing about that, me telling you about maybe not being able to go because I found out that I was going to have a son. I was scared because I didn't think that I was going to be able to chase this dream. But what I found out is having my son gave me the reason to chase it. Now I'm going to get emotional. But having that, when you're going to chase a dream for yourself, I mean, it's great and you really want to do well. But now, doing that for my son and trying to show him, every parent out here knows, and you kids, this is true, your parents want to make you proud of them. And for me to have my son look up to me and go, my dad's a professional athlete, but saying that to my son is one thing, but showing him that I set a goal at making the Olympic team. And look where I'm from a small town in the Upper Peninsula, Michigan. It was the most stressful year of my life. 2009, 2010, my parents, at how I've been riding, they knew I was one of the top guys. I had been number 3 or 2 in the world the last 2 years, and I'm ready to go. I get all set up, my parents buy all their tickets, they're ready to go to Vancouver, they're going to go, I got family members that live up there, they're all prepared, ready for the Olympics. Here's Nick, hasn't even done a competition, doesn't know if he's going to be going to the Olympics. Thanks for the pressure, family. So 2 things could happen. Sean could beat him straight up, or this kid could let Sean win and take away my spot. Lucky for me, the kid that it was would never do that. And he gave it everything he had, and he ended up winning. And then another kid came in second, Sean Palmer came in third. So I made my Olympic team. All that emotion, and to know that I was now part of part of something that was so big. It was unbelievable. And when I tell you about being from a small town, and I think I have more support than anyone out there, and just how cool it is. I went home, we had send-off parties, we had pep rallies at the schools. We had a 70-mile parade when I left. That started in Iron River with 6 fire trucks, 5 cop cars, people in their vehicles following us. My mom's crying. I didn't see the parade for one person. And in each one of these communities, the streets are lined and people are screaming and good luck. And then I go to the Olympics. I make it there. I walk into opening ceremonies and I cannot explain in words how unbelievable that was. I walked in and I'm just sitting there and I'm like, all right, I walk in. And it is the most unbelievable experience I've ever seen, and it changed me for the rest of my life. The emotion that I share, or that I show now in everything that I do, and where I almost got a little emotional there, that all comes from walking out into that opening ceremonies and knowing what that did for me. All my hard work had paid off. And when you say, if you put in that hard work and you get you achieve what you want, what that'll do for you, I can't tell you enough that is 100% true. I walked in and it was, I've never seen that many people in one building. And to know that just those people in that building wasn't it, the rest of the world was watching. Everyone was there. And for me, I know no one's going to put a camera on a Uber and just go, let's film this guy, he's from the UP. But I know people are going to say, hey, there's Sean White, let's film him. So you know what I did? Hey, what's up, Sean? And I walked right next to him. The whole time, made it on TV, my mom was screaming, everyone was happy. And the one thing I show everyone always asks me, whether I'm pouring concrete, which I still do, whether I'm working outside, whether I'm racing trucks, around here in the desert, this thing never leaves my finger. And everyone always, why would you wear that? Like, why put that away, put it in the safe? It's like, are you kidding me? I'm so proud of this thing. And each and every day that I look down at that, it's a constant reminder, do you want to go again? So if it's like, well, I don't think I need to do my running today, I don't need to go to the lake and swim, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do extra. Then you look down and you see that and you go, all right, never mind. You guys go over there and you compete. I'm going to go to Colorado 2 weeks early, and I'm going to train my butt off, and I'm going to be so ready there's not one of you that's going to beat me at the X Games. So I drive out there, I jump in my truck, I drive to Colorado, I get out there, I start training. First day goes well, second day I break my collarbone. Crash, I'm laying on the side, and I was like, dude, you didn't do this. This is it. Now you're not going to be able to do the X Games, then you can do World Championship. And I was like, no, I can't do this. Landon's coming. He's 6 years old, and this is the first race he's going to come and watch his dad in person. He's seen me on TV, which was cool. He'd never been to an X Games. He'd never watched me in person. So I called my doctor, and I said, you got to help me. He said, well, what did you do? I said, I broke my collarbone. Do you think we can fix it? X Games are next week. He said, whew. He said, well, do me a favor, send me a picture of your x-rays. So I took the x-rays, I put them up next to a window, took a picture with my iPhone, I sent it to him. 2 hours later, he called me, said, be in my office at 11 tomorrow morning and we'll fix it. And I'll guarantee, I'll come with you to the X Games and I'll make sure that they allow you to compete. So where I was going to be out there training my butt off, this is what I did. I sat there with my arm like this, 15 screws and a plate in my shoulder. The doctors, they take duct tape, actually. It's a little Uber engineering. So what they did is they took my pec here and they put the duct tape on it and they pulled it this way. And they taped it to the back, and then they did the exact same thing this way, so that my cut wasn't like this, it was now like this. So if I fell, it would pull to here and then still be fine. And it worked. 12 days after I break my collarbone, 15 screws in a plate, I win the X Games and grab my son and hold him over my head. So if that doesn't tell me, all right, you can pretty much do anything as long as you really want it. I mean, what else would? I decided with my opportunity, what's cool about this is the opportunities that I've gotten. One thing that I've really learned, and I think kids, this is a big thing, if you get an opportunity for something, if you just get an opportunity and don't work your hardest for it, you're probably not going to get the next opportunity that it can present. And what I did is I took that first opportunity of snowboarding and I went with it. I ran as hard as I could with it. And when I won the X Games, right after breaking my collarbone, I said, I'm going truck racing. So here I was now, a professional truck racer with no idea how to drive it. Not a clue. So I went out there and I went and took this on just like I took snowboarding. Just work your butt off. Don't be afraid, just practice. Listen to people, talk to people, get criticism from people, and hear what they have to say, because those people have done it a lot more than you have. And he can tell you, there's nothing you can do to better your odds. If he does really well there, we might take him. So I'm going into the X Games before the Olympics going, I have nothing to gain, everything to lose. And then to try to put that as a competitor, and to try to go on and race after that, was difficult. I get to the bottom of the course, and I was like, wow, that's not what I was looking for. And I talk to the camera real quick. I get to the bottom, and I'm like, should I ask my coach? Should I ask him? Should I ask him? And it's all over. We're in the lounge at the bottom where all the athletes hang out. And he turns around and goes, wow, we're taking you to the Olympics. And I was like, don't mess with me. Tell me, because this really happened. He's like, you're going to the Olympics. We're taking you there. And all those emotions that I talked about in Vancouver came out so, I mean, I couldn't even talk to him. As soon as he answered the phone, I called him right into the school. They sent me right to his class. They put him on the phone, and I said, hey, what? And lost him. He was like, what the heck is going on? I said, yeah, buddy, I'm going to the Olympics. And rather than him screaming and flipping out and going, woo, he just said, oh, cool. Awesome, man. And then he hangs up the phone. Because he's like, all right, cool, Dad, I gotta go back to school. Hangs up, and then his teacher immediately calls back. All these kids that look up to me are screaming, singing, and congratulations. And there's that kid that years ago that I got the scariest news of my life. And now I know is the driving force behind everything that I do. Him and his classmates are now singing to me. And I made the Olympics for the second time in my life. And I went there, and I had a great time, and I'm sure you all know how that turned out for me. Because people always want to know, what are you going to do? And I said, I'm going to go for 4 more years. I'm going to be 36 years old. I'm going to have a lot less hair. But I'm going to go for it, and I'm going to try to win another medal. And if I don't, heck, I'll be a 3-time Olympian, even if I don't win a medal. So I'm going to go out there, and the one thing that I've learned the most about myself is when I'm having fun and I'm enjoying myself, it's good. It doesn't matter what the outcome is, as long as I'm having fun. Because if you're not having fun in something, in my opinion, why do it? If you're not enjoying yourself. So as an athlete, and anything I can say to younger athletes, if you're being too hard on yourself, or your buddy makes a mistake on the court or on the field, pick him up, make sure he knows you're having fun. Because if he takes that mistake and lets it ruin the rest of that game, the next game, the game after that, that's not good for anyone. So if you pick that person up, or even if you're not in sports, if you see someone that looks like they're having a bad day, and you see them and they're bummed out, if you say hi to that person, or if you say, hey man, cheer up, you have no idea what that's going to do for that person. When I was down at my lowest point, I went on and I saw 450 people that sent a message to me that picked me right up. Made me feel like a champion.
Well, I want to thank everybody once again, and I want to thank Nick for being here and coming up to speak to us. And I want to let you know that you are indeed a champ in our eyes, and we're proud of you for supporting USA and the UP. And we are looking forward to seeing you in 2018 in the Olympics. Thank you.